Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are heading to the Palm Beach Antique Fair. It is 4th of July weekend, and I am on my way to pick up my mom. There is nothing specific on the agenda today as far as things that I am searching for, but last show was really good. That was the June show. And it's always nice to go and just see what they have. It lasts all weekend, but I like to go on Fridays just to film, beat the crowds, kind of get first dibs on everything. The vendors are often most flexible on pricing. Fridays early, like if you get the early bird ticket to get in before the crowd, and Sunday late afternoons right before it ends. So we are on our way, and I will see you guys when we get there. This is a vintage or antique rug, but it looks large. I don't want to unravel it, but the colors on this are really good. It's like warm with the brown and the yellow, mustard yellow tones. I think it would go with a lot of spaces and it would really add a good warm base. I see this cast. I think it's cast, sort of like a plaster relief, except this one doesn't feel like it's plaster. It feels more like it's stone. But I really like to use these as artwork. It gives more of an aged feel. It has that nice, like discolored patina. I find these often online. I have one small one that I bought from Round Top, but I just think that these are really unique pieces to add in your home. This is so crazy, but actually, these three, my cousin just texted me last week and said that she has some of these that my mom gave her from my childhood home and she no longer has a place for them. The ones that she has are much bigger, but I'm supposed to pick them up next week. I have no idea where I'm going to put them, but sort of serendipitous that I'm seeing them here now. These are really nice. I'm always looking for julep cups. They're actually really hard to come across in person. I often just find them on like eBay and Etsy, but there's a pair of two, which is even harder to find. I don't know what the price is, but these are really nice. I like the simple lines. They're not super ornate. They're in fairly good condition. They're really nice to use as bud vases. I also have a set of two like this on our master vanities, one on each sink that we put our toothbrushes and tongue scrapers in. Just a really good timeless, versatile piece. This is nice. It looks almost like a small ice bucket or a vase. I like this amber color with the white stripes. We're looking at this really pretty Turkish runner. These guys were here last time. Some of their rugs are antique and vintage, and some are new imported that they have custom made. This is one of their custom ones, but I really love the more muted French blue color like this. Our Lab 8-hour antique Turkish runner in our master bathroom. So now we're on the hunt for another one. I don't think I'm going for blue, but my mom might get this one, and I think it's beautiful. I also really like this one. I like that it has some of those warmer beige tones, sort of a grayish and a really light blue. This would be beautiful for like a living room or a large master bedroom. This is a cool piece, maybe as like a trash can in a office area with the fleur-de-lis cutouts, just sort of a unique piece. You could also put a clear glass vase in the inside and fill it with water, use it for flowers, or even use it as an ice bucket with the same like glass insert. This is a little bright for my space, but there's something really beautiful about a fruit still life. I've always been drawn to them. This one is such a large scale. I wish it was a little bit more muted tones, but something about the really clean lines and having it be such large scale feels a little bit more contemporary. It really is hard to find large scale art pieces like this. And then I see there's this cool mirror that has the mirror inlays on the side. I have one that's similar, that's much more patinaed and has better gold leaf. This one looks like maybe not quite as old, but still a cool piece to have a unique mirror like that with some patina on it to hang in the home. It just adds a lot of character. This is nice. This marble pedestal. I'm always looking for a good marble pedestal. I really like the linear fluted detail on this one. I like the warm tones. I think it's just a little bit short, but these are really nice just to stick in a corner, put a sculptural object on top, put a big vase, florals. I have one next to my bathtub in my master with a glass anchor hawking jar filled with Epsom salts with a nice walnut wood scooper. You could put a hurricane on top with candle. They're just nice. This is a nice little silver jar. I like the simplicity. It's in really good condition. It would be pretty on like a bedside table or even on top of coffee table books. This is a really pretty Murano glass, sort of has it's white with little flecks of gold. It looks sort of champagne, but it would be really pretty just as a sculptural object in an area like the large side table that I have in the living room, just as a styling object. Something unique, muted, textural, pretty. This is nice. A really simple silver plated frame. I like that it has a little bit of a thicker frame to it, and I like this little thin detail inlay with the wood back. It's in really good condition. This is really cool, this large bronze object. It just says abstract bronze object. Would be really cool on like a really primitive wood antique credenza, like in an entryway with nothing but that piece on it, maybe with a lamp, but nothing more. I think that would be really cool as a sculptural object. I'm always looking for sculptural objects. I think that they add so much interest to a space, and I really like them in high shine materials like brass, silver. It just adds sort of a modern element to a space, especially when you put it on something primitive wood. I like this silver tray without that insert in it is really nice. I like the simple detailing, that there's not a lot of engraving or detail. It would be nice to just put like a soap or put it on a nightstand. Pieces like this are just really good styling pieces. It's nice to corral objects together. It makes things feel less cluttered, and silver goes with everything. I love little mirrors, and these ones are so unique. It looks like they have little chains that you can hang. And I think to cluster them together would just be a really cool detail on a small wall. These are pretty, not this one because it's fake, but this little one, little shell. You can see where the muscle is here that connects them so that you know it's authentic. I just really love these as sculptural objects, texture, sort of a natural, sort of gives that like natural history museum vibe. I really like that. I collect these shells. I have quite a few, but I'm always looking for bigger ones at a good price. This one's on the small side. It's always fun when you find them. This booth has a lot of really beautiful linen. Like, look at these linen hand towels with that detail. You just do not see stuff made like this anymore. Has to be handmade for a detail like that. They're 100% linen. There's four. They're absolutely stunning. And I also really like this little pillow, like for a girl's room to put this in the crib.
would be so charming for $10. I feel like you just can't go wrong with something like this. But I always love looking at all of the hand embroidered linen pieces. They're just so pretty. Look at these little Waterford crystal. They have a beautiful detail on them. I actually like that they have the little pedestal base for little dessert cups are really nice. I think my mom's gonna get these. This is also really cute. I actually like these too. I think they'd be a little bit harder to style, but I like that they're geometric, these little tea light holders. Definitely crystal, but I don't recognize the brand. And this also is beautiful. This little Waterford crystal frame to put a little sentimental something in there, maybe put it in a personal space like a closet, a nightstand, or a master bathroom, I think would be really charming. There's just nothing like buying high quality crystal. The sparkle that you get from it is unmatched, I think. This booth has some really beautiful silver. I really like the simple silhouette of the silver candle holders like this. But what I like even more, because they're not quite so high, are the lower profile candlestick holders like this, which actually I like the more dainty feminine silhouette. Something like this, it looks florally. I recently bought weighted silver candlestick holders that are low profile like that, and I would like to have a third one if I can find it. I think I've shared something similar like this before, but these are really beautiful if you have a really special pen, like a Hermes pen or something that you only sign, special letters with or special documents, and you just have this on your office desk with the one pen on it. It's just really chic. I really like these little pedestal bowls. I think are beautiful. Just like so simple, great for styling, also practical. Like I'm sure a lot of this would shine up, but you could put keys in it. You could use it as ring dishes. You could use it as tabletop styling. It's just one of those things that is so classic. I love these too. Again, the little pedestal base, really simple, no etching or like ornate detailing. Same with this little one. I actually love this one that the proportions, sort of the lip of this is really wide and the pedestal base is so small. I kind of like that contrast. I think it adds a little bit more interest. I really like these small knives for like charcuterie boards. I think it's just chic. It's something that you can collect over time. I love the detail on this one. And having little silver pieces with a really rustic board, a really rustic wood cutting board, is really beautiful. This little slatted spoon caught my eye. I've been looking for one that's like this with a little bit more of a simple handle because I think that you could put like powdered sugar in here and decorate a cake or a loaf of bread, pastries, something like that. This one's really pretty. It comes with this. It makes me wonder, I should look this up and see what these are actually like meant for. But I see this one's Christoffel, which is, oh no, it's not. Claudel comes with this little bowl. Makes me wonder what the set is for. This is a little too bold for my own personal style, but I really love this green chartreuse color. I love the silhouette of the bowl, how it looks like it's on a little pedestal, and then the inside is sort of printed like this with the blue and white. I think it's nice. I just haven't seen one like this where the blue and white isn't on the outside and on the inside. It has a pop of color on the outside with the blue and white detail on the inside. I think that that is so cool. I also think that this piece is cool. I'm always looking for lattice pieces. I only collect all white lattice pieces, no gold edge detailing, no painted details, but I have been drawn to Asian pieces lately, and there's something just really cool and different about this blue and white Asian piece with the sort of lattice detailing on the outside. Just something unique and different that I haven't seen.
Okay, I am back from Palm Beach Antique Fair, and I feel like I did more talking and socializing than I did searching, but I did come home with a few items. This is a beautiful small scale Murano glass vase. It was made in Italy. It's a white, sort of glazed glass with gold fleck inside, little gold base, and I just taped this on so I could get a photo because it was ripping, but it's part of the Vetri collection, and I tried to peel this off before filming because I do document sort of like, I guess it's the millennial in me, this, I sort of scrapbook all of my vintage finds. Each find gets a page. I write where I got it from, the details, origins, how much I purchased it for, and I normally just, because it's easier, put a Polaroid photo of the item. And I don't know what I will end up doing with that, if anything, but it serves as a really good kind of archive of everything I found over the years, where I bought it, why I bought it, what I paid for it, and it's just houses my personal collection, which I think will be really cool to look back on down the road. So anyway, normally I try to peel off like a little something from the item or save the handwritten price tag so that I can save it in that book, sort of more of like collage style. But when things don't come off, I normally, or don't come off clean, I'll tape them back on so I can get a photo to add to the book. This is a beautiful little heart Waterford crystal frame. It still has the, new tags and everything still on it. I don't put like personal photos all over the house, but I put them in personal areas like our nightstands, the bathroom. Maybe that will change over time, but that's just kind of been my approach. And I'm not sure if this is vintage or not. What I do know is that it is part of Waterford's heirloom wedding crystal collection, which has been discontinued. So although this might not be very old, it is a discontinued item. So you won't be able to find it new, but you'll likely be able to find it unused secondhand somewhere on the market. I will have this stuff, duplicates if I can find them, saved in the link below on ShopMy with my July vintage roundups. Next up, we have this beautiful little silver plated cheese knife. I loved the simple silhouette on this, that there weren't ornate details, there wasn't a lot of carving, and most of my other sort of charcuterie cutlery that I like to use are like this. Small knives like this, which are great for like jams and things, but it's good to have some different shapes and sizes. So I thought that this was perfect. And then one more very special and rare antique find. It took like a month and a half to get here. I ordered it off eBay. This beautiful blue and white Ming Dynasty, sort of like a charger plate. It's quite a large size. I love the blue and white. I love the hand painted motifs on the pottery. And this is very old. The Ming Dynasty pottery was between, or at least this piece was between 1850 and 1899. So it is a very old piece, very rare, very collectible, but I am so happy to have it. I have it on my little collections table in the living room. I really love it actually kind of like matches my outfit, the shades of blue. And I feel like I have a little piece of history with me, which is always so cool. Okay, guys, if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe, and follow me over on Instagram. If you like more of the lifestyle stuff, you can follow me on my personal Instagram, which is Audrey Valenti-Schofield. Or for home things and antiques, you can follow me on Valenti Interiors. And I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye.